14 years, Robert Whittaker Sr. Both men 6 foot even, 185 pounds for Romero. Robert Whittaker 184.5. Both men with a reach of 73.5 inches. Now for the introductions for our main event. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening, presented by.
大家好，老师从业中医男科30余年，帮助了数千名海内外华人朋友通过中药调理重回男性雄风。如果你也存在房事时间短、勃起无力、硬度差、中途疲软、肾虚、前列腺炎等问题，现在就加中医老师微信574-993-200，纯中药，一人一方，治根治本，帮助你持续坚挺20至40分钟，补肾壮阳，延时助勃，彻底告别快男软男。记住微信574-993-200。
Around the world have been waiting for, live from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. It's time! 5 rounds for the interim UFC middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 19 wins, 4 losses. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 184.5 pounds. Fighting out of Sydney, Australia, presenting the Tough Smashes welterweight winner and the number 3 ranked middleweight contender in the world, Robert the Reaper Whittaker. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 12 wins, 1 loss. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, by way of Pinar del Rio, Cuba, presenting the 2000 Olympics freestyle wrestling silver medalist and the number 1 ranked middleweight contender in the world, Yoel, Soldier of God, Romero.
We got over the rules. The back wants you to protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. I want you to fight hard, to fight clean. If you want to touch gloves, touch them now. Good luck to both of you.
The wait for this one ends here. Yoel Romero, Robert Whittaker for the UFC's interim middleweight championship. The winner to face the undisputed king right now at 185 pounds, Michael Bisping, octagon side alongside UFC President Dana White for this interim middleweight title fight tonight. Robert Whittaker with the nation on his shoulders, trying to come through. He is in the blue trunks. Yoel Romero in red. Romero out of the southpaw stance. Whittaker, the orthodox fighter.
Romero does a lot of weird stuff. He lulls you into a false sense of security with slow motion sometimes. And you're seeing it here. Just kind of feels you out, sees where you are. But when he explodes, it's shocking.
So unpredictable. A lot of guys underestimate the punching power of Whittaker. You know, a lot of his punches are short and they're crisp, but man, as he's shown time and time again, he lays people out with them.
Whittaker less than 3 months removed. Little slip there for Robert. Less than 3 months removed from that win over Jacare de Souza that set up this championship opportunity tonight.
Whittaker back in the center of the octagon. This is really where he wanted to be. Dictate the pace and the space of this fight with his striking, and wanted to be in the center of the octagon to do that.
Whitaker really wasn't concerned about 5 rounds tonight. Looked like Romero landed a kick to the body.
Nice timing, though, on the jab by Whitaker as well.
Whitaker's closing in very quickly. Beautiful jab there by Whitaker. The way he's closing the distance is very quick.
And he uses his legs to really snap in and hit you. It's not just an arm punch, it's a full body.
Hook kick.
And Whitaker nearly made him pay with a counter right shot here from Romero. Whitaker goes down.
We see a lot of times Romero, when he takes guys down, he sacrifices top position because he just postures up and throws bombs. Here he tried to keep on, but that's a big mental win for Robert Whitaker, escaping that easily. That's a loss in my eyes for Romero, who used a lot of energy to execute that takedown and really didn't get much out of it.
Tried a flying knee. Look at this. Wow. Whitaker with the takedown defense. Sensational.
Excellent hips there, somehow getting his legs back under him. But if you're in the corner of Whitaker, this is what you want. Get this guy to expend as much energy in round 1 as you can. And then look for him to fade later. They really do believe that Romero will slow down if this fight gets into the 4th and 5th round.
Whitaker's takedown defense north of 91% coming in. Less than 2 minutes now to go round 1. Whitaker wasn't too concerned about 5 rounds versus 3 tonight. He feels like the gas tank is really dependent upon who dictates the fight.
Nice work reaching across the head, getting his back off the fence.
I may be wrong, but I'm looking at Robert Whitaker's right leg, and I think he might have injured it in one of those scrambles. There's something about the way he's moving that just seems a little off.
It looks like the top of his foot has a cut on it. It's very easy to break those bones on the foot. You kick someone in the knee or catch their elbow on a front kick.
I mean, it might just be the odd way that he moves, but I'm seeing this occasional straightening of his leg, where his leg locks, which just looks odd to me.
Nice front kick there, though, with that leg.
Whitaker feints. Under a minute here to go round 1. Nice job by Whitaker to use the whizzer and get back to his feet. 20 seconds here in round 1.
Amazing takedown defense by Whitaker. Amazing.
Not an easy round to score, though.
Ooh. Powerful inside leg kick.
Ooh, just flicked him.
Good sign there that Whitaker was able to throw that right just out of range with a massive right hand. Does appear to be moving a little bit gingerly, Joe.
Yeah, something just seems off.
Boy, and his corner forgot the stool. They're late to get it in there for him.
Breathe. Breathe. Drink a little bit of water. Okay, he's stomping on your left leg, okay? Huh? Yours? Okay, you need to make sure that he switches things left and right. Let him to think. You got to drive with that jab. He doesn't like to push kick to the stomach either. But he's waiting for you. He's a counter. So you just make sure you don't fall into that spring. He's going to be looking for time for the spring. Okay? Where does it hurt on your leg? Where does it hurt?
So we're going to try to find out when it happened, but I do believe he just said, my left leg is trashed.
I think this is where it happened, Joe.
That's it. So he's disguising it well, but there's something going on with his left leg, and it was from the very beginning of the first round.
That's a hard oblique kick, and look, when you're a guy who really depends on movement and being light on your feet, big injury for Whitaker to sustain. looks like he's fighting through it.
Yeah, that is the lead leg, and you can see now, hard for him to put pressure on it.
I'll tell you what, though, look, there's already some bruising on the inside of the left knee.
Yeah, that was from an inside leg kick that Romero landed towards the end of the round.
Yep.
But Whitaker's having a real hard time pushing off that. But he's just throwing it anyway.
He has said in the past, no better place to break my hand than the octagon.
He's getting it out of the way really quick now.
Look at the way he stepped there. It was very awkward.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like Romero realizes it yet, though.
I don't know how his corner isn't seeing it.
Been a lot of those collisions as both men try to advance.
Looked like Whitaker ate a knee to the chest, though, and beautiful level change from Romero. Let's see if he can get some top time here, though, staying heavy. And there, look, Whitaker had an opportunity to lift with butterfly guard there, and if his left knee is hurt, he couldn't do it, and he immediately left butterfly guard to close his guard. Not something I would do if I wanted to get Romero off of me, but if your knee is trashed, like he said, man, you're gonna have a hard time lifting.
Yeah, and if his knee is trashed, it's going to be very hard to keep weight on it as he's trying to get back up to his feet and use it in awkward angles. He might just try to hold on here for Big John to stand him back up.
Yep.
And it seems like that's what he's doing here.
To this point, Romero staying active enough, under 3 minutes here in round 2.
Yeah, I can see Big John send him up those shortly. And the big thing, too, though, is we've seen some vicious ground and pound from Romero in the past. He's avoiding a lot of that as well. Now Romero's up.
Romero tries to pass, unable to do so.
Robert Whitaker looking for the sweep, but Romero takes his back.
Get ready for Suplex City possibly here. Nice job by Whitaker to lower his base and get himself to the fence. Really nicely done.
Yoel still with control of the body and lands a knee now, tries to kick the legs out from underneath Whitaker, not happening. Two minutes to go, round 2.
Better pacing by Romero in this round. He exploded a lot in round 1. The one takedown here, but even though he's controlling the clinch, not overexerting himself here in these positions and wasting energy.
Beautiful trip. But Whitaker back up to his feet, turning into Romero.
Hey, what though, that'll sap a lot of energy from your legs, constantly having to stand back up out of that tight waist and rotate through and pummel.
Whitaker landing that right knee.
Whitaker just allowing too much fence control time here. Got to dig that left arm in, try and get double underhooks and get out of this position. Or reach around the head like he did in round 1.
So John McCarthy not seeing enough action. Back to the center, less than a minute to go here in this second round of a possible 5. Romero 2 for 5 on his takedown attempts thus far.
Ooh. You see him, he tried to hide the wobble with that punch.
Whitaker showing off a pretty good chin there after a big right hand from Romero. So Whitaker seemingly fighting through injury here in this UFC interim middleweight title fight.
Romero just doesn't want to give him any space.
He also doesn't want to waste too much energy himself. Clearly pacing himself. And he gets the takedown at the very end of the round.
I got it.
Right into the blue corner of the Reaper, Robert Whitaker.
Breathe, breathe, breathe. Take it easy. Relax. Okay, breathe. Drink a little bit of water. Push kicks, not turning kicks. Just drop in there. Use your hands more. Boxing more. Use your footwork more.
Ready.
Okay? I know what's happening with your left leg. You're going to have to go through it. Do you understand me? Forget about it. Forget about it right now. Think about the guy and punch him in the face. You get me? Punch him in the face. Guys, you want to say something to him?
Just keep it going, Rook. It's a long fight, man. You've got plenty of time. Yes, sir. Plenty of time.
Alex.
It's going to be strong at the start of this round.
Alex, you got something to say?
Same thing. Go patient.
All right. Be patient, yeah? Be patient. Quick. All right. So what are you going to do now?
Please. Thank you. Good job.
Joe, any thoughts on that message there to Whitaker from the cornerman?
I mean, it's easier said than done to try to ignore the leg. The problem is he can't really push off of it correctly. You see, even as he's standing here, he's putting his weight on his right leg. We obviously have no idea how compromised it is, but it's an issue. It's going to affect his punching power. It's going to affect his kicks for sure. And it's going to affect his ability to grapple.
Let's get up.
The question is, how bad is the injury? How much of it is pain, and how much of it is instability? There's a big difference. He can get through pain.
Feinting nicely there, and has to put weight on that knee to do so. But I've been really impressed with Romero and some of the fight IQ we've seen from him. We've seen lack of focus before in previous fights. His fight against Derek Brunson, fight against Hani Marks, Tim Kennedy. He's had these lapses of focus where he's gotten caught, where he's got taken down. Here, though, late takedowns in each round, could very well be up 2 rounds to none right now, and hasn't overexerted himself.
Yeah, it looks very fresh.
Go over there.
They're going to clip the tape
Get up here.
off of Romero's glove.
Give me that real quick. Cut that.
Whitaker does keep going to that push kick, but at least to this point in the round, he has been unable to land.
The last round, he followed up that push kick with a nice hook and did land. That's one of his better combinations. But yeah, we have not seen Whitaker let his hands go like we're accustomed to seeing with those quick, fast, accurate combinations.
I'm shocked that he's throwing so many kicks. If his knee really is trashed. But it may just be a pain thing and not a stability thing, in which case it makes sense.
He's definitely gotten away from his jab, which is an excellent strike for him. Sets up his follow-on harder punches. Landed it nicely in round 1.
He's put a lot of pressure on Romero here.
Oh!
He clipped him.
Big left hand lands for Whitaker. See if he can follow it up here. So a strong first 90 seconds to round 3 for Robert Whitaker.
He's doing a nice job cutting him off, too, keeping Romero's back towards the fence. Keep an eye. If Romero starts to try and laterally move and escape these combinations, remember what Whitaker did to Jacare. Followed up a right hand with that right high kick, catching you circling away.
As we mentioned off the top, this has been a huge round for Romero in his UFC career. Of course, all of those previous fights were only scheduled for 3, scheduled for 5 here tonight with the UFC middleweight belt on the line.
Exactly right. Finished Derek Brunson, 3rd round. Machida, 3rd round. Chris Weidman, 3rd round.
Tim Kennedy, 5 of 6 UFC KOs, round 3. Oh.
Boy, and there's that nice right high kick.
Distance strikes starting to pile up for Bob Whitaker. Less than 2.5 here to go, round 3. So not much in terms of output from Romero through the left hand there. Whitaker counters. Perhaps Romero starting to fade a little bit.
Yeah, I believe so. And he's looking to just explode with one big bomb and conserve himself in between.
Boy, that was excellent feint. Double feinting there as he closed the distance and really drew out a bad shot from Romero there.
He's still able to move well, despite whatever's going on with his knee. He's able to close the distance well, explode forward, stuff takedowns. He's obviously got some sort of an issue, but he's making up for it.
And Romero's not even throwing strikes, not jabbing, not kicking. Oh, beautiful work there from Robert Whitaker.
You can almost feel Whitaker's confidence rising here as we approach the final minute of this 3rd round.
Whitaker does an excellent job of same-side attacks. A lot of people, if you punch with the right hand or kick with the right foot, they expect you to follow up with the opposite hand or leg. Whitaker using nice right punch, right knee, right punch, right high kick. A little unorthodox, catches guys off guard.
Looked like that right hand landed partially. Robert Whitaker came in with the best strike differential
regardless.
in UFC middleweight history.
Romero's not throwing anything.
Yeah, as fast as Robert Whitaker is, it is very evident that Romero's trying to conserve himself. Good left hand to the body there.
Yoel Romero has never seen a fourth round in his mixed martial arts career. He is 10 seconds away from doing just that.
I honestly can't remember the last time he threw a punch. I mean, it may have been the first 90 seconds of the round.
Nice to the left hand right at the end. Romero takes a big, deep breath as he goes back. And look at this. Michael Bisping's mocking him, telling him to breathe. Oh, he threw up the Cuban flag. Oh.
Bisping rips the Cuban flag, throws it at Yoel Romero.
Warfare. Wow.
No mercy.
That's Bisping.
Wow.
Boy, they were working overtime on him. Come back underneath, cut with the right over, following with the left hook when he runs away. He's running away from me. Okay? Does that make sense? You hear me? Use your push kick is working as well. Okay?
This is where it's going to get interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Fourth and the fifth round. I'm looking at Whitaker. He looks fresh, despite the injury with his left leg.
Had a little laugh in his corner as well. He's starting to really settle into this fight.
I think he believes that what he's seeing is momentum going his way.
Don't forget, post-fight show for UFC 213 on FS1 immediately following the main event. You can see it on Fox Sports Go. For those watching in Canada, you can flip it over to TSN as soon as we are done. Whitaker so highly focused on his cardio and his fitness. No denying he's the fresher fighter here as we hit these championship rounds. Round 4 underway.
He's using a lot of push kicks, creating distance, and as Brian was saying, he tries to go right behind that with a punch.
Whitaker moving a lot better here in round 4 than he was in round 2. Lands the kick to the body there. That got Romero's attention.
Very smart to attack the body right now.
Beautiful scrambles here. Whitaker up to his feet, trying to hit the switch. Can't make it, gets up to the cage.
Really smart. He almost sprinted towards that fence.
Yeah. There's a lot of energy here being expended by both guys. But if Romero can't get the takedown or can't get any damage to Whitaker, he's landed some good knees here. But this is going to be interesting to see how he fares in the last 3 minutes and 40 seconds of the round.
Well, this is where he had success in round 2, where he basically just held on to Robert as much as he could. Even if he couldn't take him down, he's going to stay here as much as he can and just rest. And land a few knees trying to win the round.
Robert pummels under. He's up. He's up and he's free, and he lands a nice knee to the body.
Outstanding job by Whitaker to get back to his feet. Just over 3 minutes here, round 4. No one talks about Whitaker's grappling. We talk about his takedown defense. Here's a guy, he actively competes in jiu-jitsu. Ooh, you saw something there.
I'll tell you what, he's extremely well prepared for this fight, just like he was against Jacare. For Jacare's exact style of takedowns, he seems very well prepared to break the hold and pummel and avoid some of these takedowns and just the clinch from Romero in general.
Romero's looking at his legs. He's looking at his legs, and remember that flying knee of Romero. It's one of his big weapons. And if he thinks that Whitaker's having a hard time getting out of the way of things.
Big deep breath from Robert Whittaker as we hit the midpoint of round 4. Romero 8-0 in the UFC coming in. Whittaker has won his last 7. Something's got to give here tonight.
There's the knee.
Yep.
It's just harder to time those techniques on Whittaker because he moves well, light on his feet, feints a lot.
Yeah, even with that damaged leg, he's still able to cover distance well. Oh, he caught him with the left.
So Whittaker follows up the body kick with left hand. Beautiful push.
Kick to the body.
And look how smart he is, right? Some guys will get over aggressive here, try and throw a 2 or 3 punch combo in the pocket, but he immediately gets back out to his range, understanding just how explosive the athlete is he's facing.
Ooh, man, just whipped with that left uppercut.
It was open though. Let's see if he goes back to it.
Romero's doing very little in terms of striking in this round.
Well, there's the significant strike picture, Joe.
He caught him with that right hand.
Yeah. Has landed only 21 with just 6 minutes to go.
Beautiful takedown defense.
And that's huge because Romero needs another takedown to try and win this round. He controlled the beginning of it.
Not sure if he dropped Romero there, but he stunned him with a right. Jabs Romero while Yoel
caught him with that left.
Man, beautiful left hand.
Oh, he rocked him.
Quick check on the clock by Whittaker. It reads 34 seconds.
Very little behind that kick. You can see how labored it was.
And he's failing miserably.
Stuffed the shot and landed a beautiful knee.
Look how sloppy that attempt is. He's exhausted.
Whittaker mixing up his strikes beautifully here down the stretch in round 4.
And he is just so intelligent in his approach. Never gets greedy.
Wow.
Wow. Wow, indeed. And look how tired Yoel Romero is.
Okay, let's stop playing. Yeah. Let's stop playing games now. Okay, let's get serious now. He's dead. He's dead. He's really tired. Keep on drying. Let's keep on drying him.
Put him away with punches. You get me? Put him away with punches. Breathe. This is what decides it. Don't let him take you to the ground. Do not go to the ground. These one, you punch him now. Stay on the outside. Stay on the outside, Ross. Stay on the outside.
This could be it right here, folks. This easily could be it.
Personally, I think it's 2-2. I thought Romero won the first 2. Whittaker's won the last 2. Both corners agree. Both corners told their fighters, you need this round to win the fight.
Not much in terms of technical advice, at least when we listened into the corner of Yoel Romero. 5th and final round of this UFC interim middleweight championship fight. Ooh. There's a land for Yoel Romero.
Good jab by Whittaker right there. He's catching him coming in because Romero's telegraphing things, getting sloppy with his movements.
And Whittaker's faster. The hand speed difference is very evident here in round 5.
Romero able to duck underneath that.
Beautiful knee.
Faked the right hand, came up the middle of the ring.
Oh, he tagged him. He's hurt.
Whittaker now circling out of harm's way. Oh, big left for Romero. You can feel the tension here inside the T-Mobile Arena.
Boy, Whittaker still has to be smart here. He cannot get greedy. Stay on the outside, get in and get out.
Big, deep breaths for Yoel Romero. He tagged him again with that right hand. He's got a cut over his right eye, excuse me, his left eye.
Romero's pushing here, though. He knows he's got to win here, man. He's throwing some heavy strikes now.
He is so tired. Ooh, good front kick to the body.
Smart.
Whitaker able to get the guard up to block that head kick. 3.5 minutes now to go.
Whitaker's tired as well. You can see it. A lot of good feints by Whitaker.
Yeah. And these punches are just getting slower and slower for Romero.
Good front kick again.
I love the body work from Whitaker right now. If I'm in his corner, I'm screaming, attack the body.
Again. Oh! That front kick to the body's money. Boy, both of these men exhausted.
Romero has been cut twice in this round, once courtesy of a knee.
This really is who wants it most. These guys are beat down.
It is all that clinch work. Rounds 1 and 2, there was a lot of clenching, a lot of digging for underhooks. Man, that is so fatiguing. And these guys actually accepted this on 6 weeks' notice. Vice, the typical 2 months you get to prepare for a fight.
And Whitaker less than 3 months removed from the win over Jacare Souza, again attacking with that kick to the body. These will be a long 2+ minutes.
He just peeked at the clock as well.
Romero on the counter. Once again, Whitaker gets that right hand up. He circles away from that power left of the soldier of God, Yoel Romero.
Boy, and there's no head movement. I mean, Romero right now is an easy target to find. It's just key for Whitaker.
Romero takes a shot so well, though. I mean, he's got an iron chin. The only guy who ever really stunned him in the octagon is Tim Kennedy. Look at this. Whitaker on top.
For Whitaker. You just don't know if Romero has the energy to get back to his feet at this point.
This could be it right here. If he can keep him down here. And for Romero, it's imperative that he just, whatever he's got in him, he's got to explode and get back up to his feet or try to reverse the position.
And he's not even picking his feet up off the mat at this point.
Less than a minute to go. You can be sure Whitaker's going to try to stay active here. Elbows to the body. Total strike picture there, round by round. A big fifth thus far for Robert Whitaker.
And zero attempt from Romero to get back to his feet right now.
Well, and if Whitaker could close the round here on the ground, it could be huge for him in what has been a closely contested championship fight.
Look at this, stepping over, full mount, lost it, half guard.
Oh, big elbows! One of those opened up a nasty cut.
All these in the back of the head, that's why Big John ripped his hand away.
Nasty elbows by Whitaker. Romero trying to get to full guard. Can't make it. Trying to get back up to his feet.
Outstanding groundwork from Whitaker down the stretch. Stand and cheer, ladies and gentlemen. Robert Whitaker and Yoel Romero go the distance in this UFC Interim Middleweight Championship fight tonight in Las Vegas.
Wow.
Both fighters seem to think they have done enough.
What do you think, Brian Stan?
You know, I feel like Robert Whitaker did enough to win the last 3 rounds. Thought he dropped the first 2, but, you know, you just never know. Just like the co-main event.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I would like to see the better scoring system in place for these championship fights. But I agree with you. I think Whitaker did enough in the last 3 rounds, and clearly Yoel Romero conserving his energy.
Let's get to the fight replay.
And this is that front leg side kick. And there's the hook kick. There's a takedown by Romero. front kick to the body by Whitaker. Very interesting.
It's an all-around and very, very smart approach by Robert Whitaker. I just don't think gets enough credit for his fight IQ.
Well, if the judges agree with you guys, Australia, New Zealand, they will have their first UFC champion. Michael Bisping and Yoel Romero getting into it a little bit. Hopefully cooler heads will prevail here.
Bisping and cool head don't typically go with the sentence.
That is fair. The official decision brought to you by Metro PCS, who brings you closer than ever to the UFC on a fast nationwide 4G LTE network. Bruce Buffer now to tell you who won the UFC's interim middleweight title.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score this contest 48-47 for the winner by unanimous decision and new interim UFC middleweight champion of the world, Robert the